Alright, what's up guys? Today we are going to learn 13.6 writing equations in slope-intercept form. Easy stuff, we're just writing equations in slope-intercept form. And remember, slope-intercept form is y is equal to mx plus b. Okay, so what do you need to write equations in slope-intercept form? Easy, you just need two things. One, it's the slope, and two, you need the y-intercept. Like duh, that's why it's called the slope-intercept form. Okay. So let's do a quick review. I want you guys to tell me the slope and the y-intercept of the linear equations. Take a look at letter A. You have y equals to 3x plus 5. What's the slope? 3. What's the y-intercept? It's 5. Easy. Take a look at letter B. You have y equals to negative 3/4 x minus 10. What's the slope? Negative 3/4. What's the y-intercept? It's negative 10. Okay, for letter C, it's a little bit different. I need to rearrange this into y equals to mx plus b. So if I add 4.2 on both sides, I'm going to get y equals to 5x plus 4.2. What's the slope? 5. What's the y-intercept? 4.2. Please do not just say negative 4.2. No, you have to make sure you rearrange it into y equals to mx plus b form, and then you can tell me the slope and the intercept. Take a look at letter D. Same thing. We're going to subtract 3x on both sides, and then we can see that the slope is negative 3. Y-intercept is 12. Okay, this is just a review. Everyone should know that. Graphing linear equations, easy. If I want to graph the first one right here, letter A, 3x plus 3. Again, I'm going to start off at 3, and I'm going to go up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, just like that. Take a look at letter B. This is y equals to negative 1/2 x minus 1. I'm going to start off at negative 1. And then I'm going to go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Okay, take a look at letter C. Y-intercept is 2, so I'm going to start off at 2 right here. And the slope is negative 1 over 1, negative 1 over 1. So we're going to go negative 1 over 1, negative 1 over 1, just like that. And then last one, this is y is equal to 1x plus 0. So we're going to start off at 0. And then we're going to go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. So up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Okay, just like that. Easy. Okay, so today we're going to do the opposite. Instead of me giving you the equation and then you graphing it, I'm going to graph it for you and then you're going to give me the equation. So we're going to go backwards today. Okay, so take a look at this graph right here. What's the story? Well, you see there's a car, and on 0 hours right here, right, it already went 100 miles. And then every single hour that passes by, see this is the 1, it goes up 50. See this is a 50, 150. So it goes 50 miles in 1 hour, 50 miles in 1 hour, 50 miles in 1 hour, 50 miles in 1 hour. So it says you already drove 100 miles and you drive 50 miles each hour. So what's the equation? Well, your y-intercept is 100 and your slope is 50, 50, 50, 50. So your equation is y is equal to 50x plus 100. Okay, let's take a look at example number 2. Now, there's no story. I'm gonna give you just a line. Okay, so you're gonna take a look at this. What's the slope? Well, it goes up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So we know the slope is equal to 1. What's the y-intercept? Oh, it's right here. The y-intercept is 4. So what's the equation? Easy. Slope is 1, y-intercept is 4. So the equation is y is equal to 1x plus 4. I didn't put the 1 because you already know it's there. Take a look at example number 3. What's the slope? Well, it's negative this time, so it's negative 1 over 2, negative 1 over 2, negative 1 over 2. What's the y-intercept? It's right here. This is a 1. So what's the equation? Well, slope is negative 1/2, and b is 1, so it's negative 1/2 x plus 1. Easy. Here's example number 4. What's the slope? You're going to go up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3. So 1/3. What's the y-intercept? This guy right here. That's negative 3. So what's the equation? It's going to be y is equal to 1/3 x minus the 3 right here, because the y-intercept is that negative 3. Hopefully you guys are seeing the pattern here. So let's do some quick questions here. Take a look at letter A. What's the equation? Think about it, think about it. It's y equals to x minus 2, because you start off at negative 2 and your slope is 1. Take a look at B. If you need to pause the video, go ahead. Go ahead and do it yourself. What's the equation? And it's y is equal to negative 1/2 x plus 4. Why? Because you start off at 4 and the slope is 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Take a look at letter C. What's the slope? What's the y-intercept? Boom, right there. Y equals to negative 2x plus 1. And then last one, letter D. Boom, y equals to 2x minus 3. Okay, hopefully that was pretty easy. Here's the last one. Example number 6. What is the equation? All right, if you take a look at this XY table here, you can just, the first thing you need to do, remember, to write an equation, you need a slope, you need a y-intercept. You need a slope, you need a y-intercept. If you take a look at this table, what is the slope? What is being added every single time? How did 8 become 11? How did 11 become 14? Well, you're adding 3, so the slope is 3. If you go backwards and you want to find the y-intercept, right? If it's 0, then this number right here, if you minus 3, that's going to give you 5. So the equation is going to be y is equal to 3x, which is a slope, right? Plus 5, because that's the y-intercept. Okay, let's take a look at the last part right here. It says, what is the equation of a line if it passes through 0, 4, and 6, 16? Well, again, in order to write an equation, you need a slope, you need a y-intercept. Okay, here we go. Let's find slope first. Using the slope equation, oops, sorry, that's not supposed to pop up, but you're going to go 16 minus 4 over 6 minus 0, right? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's going to give you 12 over 6, which is going to give you 2. So now that you know the slope, we need to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is right here, right? 0, 4. That's the y-intercept. So we know b is equal to 4. We know the slope, 2. We know the y-intercept, 4. So our equation is going to be y is equal to 2x plus 4, just like that. Whew, hopefully that was pretty easy. Okay, so one more time. What do you need to write equations in slope-intercept form? You need the slope, duh, and then you need the y-intercept. If you find both of them, you can plug it into the y equals to mx plus b equation, and that will be your answer. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.